Okay, so we all unanimously decided that this should be the design because we thought it was pretty cool. So anyways, Timmy was a very greedy boy. He loved candy. And whenever Halloween came, he took all the candy in every house whenever he could. Later on, after days of eating all of his candy without sharing any with anyone, he started to feel many toothaches and went to the dentist. The dentist said that all of his teeth have a cavity and will need to be removed except one singular middle tooth. Two singular middle teeth. Next year when Halloween came, Timmy learned his lesson and stopped being selfish, though he still only had 2 teeth left and couldn't get any candy. Moral of the story is, don't be greedy.
We were looking up ideas on Google to find like a design for a pumpkin, and we came across the one with the star eyes. And then what? Oh yeah, Travis cut the top, and then the rest of them. Yeah. Our story is about this pumpkin, and once in a cheerful village, there was a pumpkin named Jack, and he was orange, and he wanted to host a Halloween festival for the people in his village. So he brought decorations and he invited his friends. So then Jack there was like fun games, and Jack told stories. There was campfire, and he told stories to his friends, and they had a lot of fun. Yeah, and the story he told to his friends was about friendship, and they all, like the guests, became closer, and they learned that if they're together, it's like important.
Basically, we were just going on Pinterest and we found this dragon design. We chose it because it was very special. And so me, Carson, cut the circle, and then I drew the design, and they helped scrape the stuff out, and then me and Carson and Lau helped each other to cut this dragon into a title.
We tried to involve the little kid, but it was a little bit hard, especially because they didn't cut. So the story is, this is a prince dragon. His name is Danny, and he was talking to his father, the king, and the king was like, "I'm going to retire soon. You have to take over as the king." And the king was a very harsh ruler, but Danny did not want to be a harsh ruler. He wanted to help people. So he was very stressed out because he didn't want to be a harsh ruler, but he didn't want to disobey his father. So he went out on a flight with one of his friends, and his friend just told him to trust his instincts and do what was right. So eventually, when the king retired, Danny took over, and he decided to help people be the best they could be instead of being a harsh ruler. Oh, so the moral of the story is do what you think is right instead of doing what other people tell you.
Good job. Good job, guys.
Made a house, and Lena's gonna tell us about the process.
So it took us a little bit of time to think of an idea, but we all came up with a haunted house kind of. And Richard, he did most of the cutting, and all of Sven, Charlie, and like all three of us, 5, we helped design it, kind of like outlining. So yeah, we did the design.
The story behind this is, once upon a time, there was a girl who lived in a small house, and she wasn't really grateful for where she lived and her conditions because she always thought that she could have more. So one day she went to a secret room, and she found a secret door that led her to a different house that she really liked. And that other family over there asked her if she wanted to stay forever. And she said she wanted to, but then they locked her up into a closet and showed her that she should be grateful for what she had in her other life. At the end, her family never found her, and they left the house, so that is why it's abandoned. And the only thing left inside the house is a little bug. The moral of the story is to be grateful for what you have. Don't run in. And not everybody has everything. Wow! Good job!
It's a 16 buff in the dark.
Okay. This article is called The Cat Under the Moon, and we were just scrolling through Pinterest, and this is just a result that we all liked, I guess. So, Elena, Michelle, Cece, and Andrew, they did all the scraping out, and I did the cutting. And do I have to say a story?
Yes.
Oh, so the story about this Cat Under the Moon is, there was a girl who had a really hard life, but she has a mask that can turn her into a cat, especially under the moon. But one day she overuses the mask, and then she permanently turns into a cat. And then one day she walks throughout this city under the moon while she's still remaining a cat, and she realizes how much she misses being, like how special her life was as a human. So she turns to this teacher, and as a talking cat, she asks, how can I turn back to a human? And the teacher told the girl to repent and start appreciating her life for what it is. And then after she appreciates her life for what it is, she turns back into a human. So it's really
This is nice.
It's a 16 buff in the dark of the
Alright, cool, great. We're gonna reconvene as a group.